Alright, so for this episode, I've now put on some more performance upgrades. I've got on a Stage 2 engine exhaust package, Stage 2 transmission, and also Stage 2 tyres. And what that now means is we can move on to our next two races, as we have got a lap knockout and a circuit race. Outtasite. A lap knockout through the spillways and the suburbs. One a tip: cut through the construction site if you dare. If we do cut through the construction site, by the way, we will be able to gain a ton of time. I've also already shown off the upgrades I fitted to this thing, so I figured it would be easier for me to just get those out of the way. I showed those off at the end of the previous episode, and in terms of our competition this time, we've got an Integra, a Celica, and an Acura RSX. And already benefiting from those upgrades because I get the early launch. Yeah, fuck it. I'm prepared to restart. You know what? I'm just not going to waste any of my time with the boost. I'm just going to use it straight away and give myself the early lead. Still, the traffic in this game has, I think, a very nasty habit of just appearing straight in front of you at very awkward angles. Especially if you're using a car that's practically as tail happy as this one is. You're sometimes wondering to yourself if it's even possible to avoid the chaos, and well, on that previous attempt, everything was going well until there was basically this car that appeared in a crossroad section, and basically what happened was he basically killed me. In other words, he quite literally killed me and therefore prevented me from reaching the final lap. But this time around, things seem to be going better, but I'm not gonna fucking mention anything about the win until I'm on the final lap, because I do not want to go through a repeat of what happened last time. And I don't. I think that time around it was the Celica that got eliminated. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Deshawn is the one in the Celica, and he was the one who won on the first attempt. And now I've got an Acura ahead of me. He takes the high road, I take the low road. He still comes out in front of me. Just gotta try and see if I can... Oh, fuck me. I'm gonna lose this again, aren't I? Oh, maybe not. Because he got involved in a wreck. And getting some more power slide points on the board. And there we go. Second time's the charm, baby. And it was Bopper who drove the Acura. Deshawn was third, and it was Paul who finished in last. Oh hey, Bopper also had a carbon hood. That's interesting. So now I've got the Brembo vinyl, and we've also got some roof scoops available to us now, which I will consider putting on my ride now, because why not? So we've now got some roof scoops available to us, and it's only these two. I wouldn't say they're that impressive. And haven't got any others. I'll just go for the dual shot, since that looks a little bit more presentable. And now let's move on to the circuit race, World of Hurt.
You know what I like about racing? There's always a winner and a loser. So I'm the winner. What's that make you?
Meet Kurt. He's a mean son of a gun in an Acura RSX who doesn't take kindly to getting beat. If you want to know what an Acura is, then you can literally just look at the car you see on the loading screen now. If you want to know what the Acura RSX is, that's basically what that machine is. I also believe this would become the design for the next generation Honda Integra as well, that would come out, I think, in 2004. At least it was that generation of Integra which came out with that design. But anyway, I immediately get up to the lead and getting some style points on the board, as Kurt now slots ahead of me, but he hits a pickup truck and he is in the wall. So he basically wrecked himself. But that's a good thing for me, because it means I get some time out in front. And that's a wall. Well, good thing this is a circuit race and not a knockout race. Know what I'm saying? So all of us still have a chance. Oh, and there's a 240SX as well. Fuck me. Did I mention how annoying traffic can be in this game at awkward times? When you're trying to get yourself back into the lead of a race, or when you're at least trying to not let the race itself go tits up. Yeah, that's kind of what's happening here right now, because it feels like my race is currently going tits up. And if I restart, I know this is going to count as an official start, in spite of how abysmal this second lap has been. And yes, the second lap literally has been abysmal. At least compared to the first lap. But I'm somehow still in this. So I'm going to dip to the right hand side this time. Maybe see if that gives me a better shot of avoiding the traffic. And at the moment, it seems to have benefited me. Because there was no traffic on the right hand side of those roads. Alright, final lap. In spite of how terrible the first half of that second lap went, I somehow managed to retake the lead. Probably because I got lucky. Still, these Stage 2 tyres are definitely benefiting me, because I feel like I've got a bit more grip now compared to what I had before. And I also feel like I've got a bit more control as well, which in turn surprises me. And that's a wall. And providing I do not fuck myself with the traffic again, that's pretty much going to be the race win for me. I don't think they're going to get to me. And they don't. Well, in spite of me having a terrible second lap, I was able to put it all together on the third lap. And it was Lazio who finished second, ahead of Mac D, who drove the Supra, and then it was Kurt who finished last in his Acura. Not bad. Not too bad. Did not think I was going to win that race first try, but I somehow did. So what have we got next? Oh, we've got a drift event next. Drift to the nines. You know what? I might actually consider doing this if it's only going to be 4 laps. Take 9th in the drift rankings by beating an Eclipse, an RSX and an Integra Type R. Let it all hang out. Well, I might as well save the game first. Because I can. Yeah, let's do that. So, let's now get on with the drift race. Drift to the nines. As we're doing 4 laps around Drift Track 3. Watch the tutorial videos for hints and tips on drag and drift modes, I think is what that description said. Well, anyway. Hopefully the rear end can manage to work with me and not always spin me out. Which is basically what I'm hoping for. And at the moment, things seem to be going well, because I'm getting more drift points than my competition seems to be. Had to reset the car there because, well, otherwise I would have had to do a 3-point turn. Which I think would have been a bad thing, but fuck me. Well, I almost had those drift points. Either way, I at least know my competition isn't scoring big. And as a result, that in and of itself is helping me to get myself, or keep myself out in front of the field, because I seem to be scoring more points. Which I think is a good thing, because it means I can stay out front for longer periods of time, whenever I get the drift combos going. Which I think is a good thing, because I need that. And also because I just scored a drift combo of over 13,000 points. And I have the upper hand, it looks like. And it looks like that upper hand is going to continue for now. Because that's what I do. And that's a wall. But it doesn't matter because I win. So Lola was second in the Acura RSX, then it was B-Dog who finished third in the Eclipse, and it was Breton, I think is how that's pronounced, who finished in last. Although it could just be Britain. Oh, whatever. Anyway. Or Breton. Oh, we've now got Enkai as our vinyl. And we've also got a bunch of other things. And we've now got the 240SX. And we're now ninth in the drift standings. Not bad. Not too bad. I'll save these up for the next one. So, we are now up to 9th in the drift standings. And we're also 9th in the sprint standings. I'd assume sooner or later we'll be moving up to 9th in the drag and circuit standings as well at some point. But anyway, we should be able to figure this out as we go along, but for now, we did pretty good. So, let's now move on to our next two events, which will be coming in the next episode. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.